Hey guys, Adam here. Alright, so I now got my computer back. It is fixed. The problem was the hard drive was damaged and I just needed to get it fixed. I also got a new job. I got a new phone. So, things are kind of looking up for me right now. The weather's been crazy, was crazy last week. So not much to do there. What I want to kind of do tonight is I just got done watching Gotham, the latest episode of Gotham, so I'm going to be doing something a little different since I missed the last few missed reviewing the last several episodes. I'm going to do a recap of those episodes and then discuss my my thoughts on this week's. I won't be doing reviews on those. I will address concerns and praises of those episodes. I will, however, not be giving scores on those episodes because it just take too long. I will, however, be giving scores on this week's. Since it's a bit fresh in my mind, but not as fresh as what just happened on Sleepy Hollow. Alright, so basically so last time on Gotham, Gordon tried to stop a group of assassins while solving the whole Wayne murder case because it was connected, and because of that he got kicked off the force and thrown into Arkham Asylum as a security guard. And this kind of was a pretty good episode. And that was a good episode. What happened was the villain was obvious, and I'll get to that later. Which is basically someone is electrocuting people and getting them like lobotomies, basically, and Gordon has to solve this case, and he gets the help of Jim. Jim gets the help of Captain Essen and Bullock. We meet Dr. Tompkins for the first time, which was great because she's actually played by hands down one of the most entertaining female actors I've seen in a long time, Marina Baccarin, who I love. I love her in I love her in Firefly. I love her in Firefly. I didn't see a lot of her in V. I didn't really watch V that much, but my dad loves her. And I can't wait for her to be in Deadpool. She just got cast in Deadpool, so I'm happy. That happened. Turns out the villain is an inmate, who's played by the guy who plays the Swede on Hell on Wheels. If you know who I'm talking about, then it's kind of fucking obvious the moment you realize who it is. I mean, the moment you realize who the actor is, you know right away he's the villain of the week. And then it goes to another episode, to the next episode, where Gordon goes back to the force to stop him, basically. And he does. He stops Electrocutioner. That one was okay. I felt Electrocutioner was a little wasted, especially after the build-up last week, but also the fact that they got a really good actor who can play a really good villain to be in this show. And it just... Oh man. Also, that same episode, Falcone's girlfriend Liza, who it turns out who we all know is a mole for Fish Mooney, is kidnapped by Fish's gang as a ploy for her next move. And the problem is this was a horrible plan to begin with, because she was supposed to basically, the whole plan, the long-term plan here was to make Liza a weapon, basically. And I understand the whole but if seducing the older man and whatnot, but the point was to get her to basically just be kidnapped so that Falcone can hand over the reins of the gang, hand his power over to her. Then she was going to fucking fail to begin with. Even if it wasn't for the Penguin revealing everything, she was going to fail. She was going to fucking fail. There was no question about it. Not to mention, Liza was such a fucking wet blanket. Like, there was... First off, the actress playing her fucking sucks. Like, she is such... Honestly... She's worse than Megan Fox. She is so uncharismatic. I'm surprised. I am so goddamn surprised that Carmine Falcone fell for this. He fell for this shit. I'm sorry. No. She was so emotional. She was a fucking robot, basically. And I'm glad he snuffed her out. I really am. Barbara, fucking Barbara. I'll get to her bitch ass later. Oh yeah. Actually, you know what? Yeah. We meet her parents for the first time, and dear God, oh my God. Oh my God. They are pushing the camp on this shit. And don't make me wrong. I love the camp in the show, but there are times when they push it a little too far. This episode showed it. This episode showed them pushing it way too goddamn far, to the point where it was ridiculous. Because basically, Barbara is born from comes from a wealthy family. Basically, first off, she has a black butler. Insert Uncle Tom joke here. Second, her parents are snooty. Like, they're this rich, snooty people. Basically, she just walks in. They're only in one episode. It's like, the scene is so fucking unnecessary. So they're so snooty. They're just like, so dear, how is your fiance? Where is he? I'm not kidding. They actually stick out the pinky. They're drinking tea and sticking the pinky out. I'm not making that shit up. I cannot possibly make that shit up. I just can't. They're actually doing that. They're yeah, splendid. It's fucking true. I'm not kidding on that at all. The other problem basically is just Fish Mooney is just I like Jada Pinkett Smith. I do. I like Fish Mooney. She has this very Eartha Kitt camp to her. Hell, my dad and I were talking about her the other day. We both love this character. Or at least we love the actress playing this character, because it's kind of refreshing, even though it goes a little too far. But that plan just really infuriated me, because it just came down to basically fucking nothing. Also, Gordon gets back on the force a little too easily, but it's just, I'm just glad Gordon's back on the force. And Marina Baccarin becomes a recurring character in this. Leslie Tompkins is becomes a bit of a love interest for this, which makes this really, really great. Well, again, I'll get to Barbara later, because, oh boy, do I have some shit to say. I will say some in the review. Next is a two-parter for the... sorry, I'm actually having a look at it because I do need to remember all of this. Basically, the next one is like, welcome back, Jim Gordon. Gordon's back on the police force. He's back. Fish Mooney is gone, and Cobblepot takes over her club, which becomes basically the Iceberg Lounge. And I'll get to that later. Basically, this is the Scarecrow episode. This is like the beginning of this is the origins of the Scarecrow, basically. But it's his dad being the Scarecrow in a way. I liked this episode. I liked both of them. I really did. I thought Dr. Crane, Scarecrow's dad, was pretty cool, or was pretty awesome. I actually kind of liked his motivation behind killing the people, which is to cure fear, because he believes fear to be a weakness in terms of an evolution. And I don't believe that. I believe fear is essential for a lot of things. But I really did like it. I can't remember if Bruce was involved. Hold on. Oh yeah, and also Arnold Flass was in this episode as well. Yeah, Arnold Flass was in this, and wait a minute, hold on. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I missed an episode. No. This is, welcome... Sorry. Like I said, I've been gone a long time, so bear with me. Basically, this episode is Gordon's return. Cobblepot ends up making the Iceberg Lounge. Gordon, is solving the murder of a key witness and believes it's a cop. Which it is. It's Arnold Flass. They introduced Arnold Flass the last episode when they showed when they had Edward Nygma basically trying to pine over the girl. I can't remember her name. Basically, she's kind of a bitch. At this point, it seems the only good female characters in this show is Selena, Captain Essen, and now Leslie Tompkins. That's it. All these other female characters, I don't give a flying fuck about. I don't. And of course, we got Bruce. And it turns out Selena said that she lied about witnessing the murders. I honestly don't believe it for a second, because I mean, now, yes, she never saw the face, but she saw the person murder the Waynes. So she's still a key witness. She's just not going to reveal anything because she's scared, which is, of course, true. Fish getting captured was a letdown. A complete letdown, basically. Oh yeah, and also, yeah, and this episode actually kind of showed a bit of Gordon kind of going towards the dark side of corruption, just for a bit. I actually forgot about this part, which was, Gordon, asks Penguin for a favor, and Penguin uses his brand of methods, and oh my god, that's what I really like. That's why I kind of like this episode. Yeah, this episode was pretty good because of that. But yeah, I also really liked Bruce and Selina's scene. Basically, Selina's basically breaks Bruce's heart. Breaks his heart and his hopes for finding the killer. Which I'll get to later, but and Bruce believes her. Bruce actually believes her, but we all know she's not telling the truth. But yeah, Flash is the killer and whatnot. Now the next one is the Scarecrow two-parter, which again I liked. Maroni finds out Cobblepot is working for Falcone, tries to kill him, fails. Fish Mooney was the one that revealed this. Actually, building up that reveal that Maroni knows was actually pretty good. I actually liked that. Even though the problem was they're like, "You've been playing me, Penguin?" and Penguin's got like a gun pointed at him, and turns out there were blanks in the gun, and I thought that was a bit of a good reveal there. I actually found that humorous. I really like that. But yeah, I did like Crane in this. I did like the dad, Scarecrow's dad in this. I thought he was pretty well acted. Oh god. And of course, like Edward Enigma gets plenty to do in this episode. Basically trying to find out who the killer is, and he does, but nobody listens. And I kind of understand. Again, I can kind of relate to this character a bit, because I know what it feels like to not be heard whenever I discover something because they don't take me seriously or whatnot. And not to mention I'm sorry, but this police department fucking sucks. This police department fucking sucks. And like Detective Essen or Captain Essen is trying really, really hard to be a good cop, but she can't. But she is so goddamn incompetent that I don't understand why the fuck she's still. Well, they show Detective Loeb, and it's very evident he's a very campy, corrupt commissioner, so that's why. But dear God, are they fucking incompetent to the point where the ME is fucking incompetent, saying, "Oh yeah," it's like basically saying like the last episode, "Oh yeah, the key witness committed suicide with an ice pick to the back of his head." I'm sorry. No. Just no. God. So yeah, I mean, Gordon was the only one willing to go, look, get rid of this dumbass. I mean, now granted, he also didn't really want to listen to Enigma either, but he's at least willing to go, yeah, Enigma's a smarter guy. He really is. This Emmy's an idiot. Or he's fucking incompetent. Which was fine. Mooney gets out of town, but then she's immediately attacked by mercenaries, and that's the end. Well, they ended with her charging at the mercenaries. At one of the mercenaries, which I thought was actually kind of cool. I was like, oh shit, is this gonna be the end of Mooney? It's not. But yeah, and then we see like Falcone and Maroni like agreeing to not have Penguin killed. The next episode is the Scarecrow, which is basically Scarecrow's origin. And I'm gonna stop there. Basically, it's just Scarecrow's origin. Boom, done. Oh, and Bruce goes on a hike, and it actually was the best thing about that episode, honestly. Yeah, the Scarecrow. I mean, first off, the fear toxin special effects were really good, especially with the Scarecrow. Basically Crane is just like Jonathan Crane is just basically strapped to a bed, just like all he can see is the Scarecrow. No matter where he looks, the Scarecrow will appear. And so basically he's just like, Scarecrow, Scarecrow, Scarecrow. But yeah, that episode, really, the best thing about that episode was Bruce go on this hike to kind of learn to survive on his own or something. I mean, that wasn't really that engaging. Like, I swear, I thought what was going to happen was just he was going to end up stumbling on the Batcave, but that didn't happen. They really played us for that on the promos. They really play us a lot on these promos, even revealing quite a bit. But what I really liked about it is that he sprains his ankle, which is fine by the next episode, or the next time we see him. He sprains his ankle and he ends up mending himself, which was cool. I like the fact that he's really starting to be that guy, that character. He's really determined to become Batman. That's what I like. And again, like I said, Bruce Wayne, the child Bruce Wayne died along with his parents. And the idea, the sense of justice, which Batman was born. That's what I believe. I mean, that is my interpretation of that character, basically. And I'm pretty sure. There were people who's like, no, Batman can't come and can't show. No, he's not Batman until he puts the mask on. I was like, well, no fucking shit. Of course he's not Batman until he puts the fucking mask on. But the idea of it is born. I'm not saying. I mean, technically, Batman is still in the show. It's just he's not wearing a fucking mask. But anyway, but yeah, I liked it, especially when he climbs back up the hill, and he sees Alfred there with a fire cooking some s'mores and shit, and Bruce just goes, "How long you been there?" It's like, "About an hour, sir." It's like, so this entire time you could have helped me? Yeah, but you wanted to learn the lesson, now would you? I'm just like, good old Alfred. But yeah, they're the moments they have, like, it's a really good moment to show the strength of bond between these two, which is one of the things I love about Alfred, whether it's in the show or the movies or the comics, which is Alfred is that moral anchor. Like, he was trying to be a father and he failed at it, but he never gave up on Bruce, no matter what. He always made sure he was that conscience Bruce needed. He really did need that conscience, which was, Bruce, I don't agree with your lifestyle. I don't agree with you going out there risking your life every night, because I basically made a promise to your parents when they died, which is to protect you no matter what. But I understand why you're doing this, and I will do everything I can to help you, and I will, whether in not just physical but morally, I will protect you, because I don't think I could ever live with the fact that I failed to save you from yourself, basically. Which Alfred is doing, which Alfred is kind of doing in a way, but which, I'm quoting IGN on this. Oh, I wish I didn't. Which is basically setting up a show we're never going to see. The show's gonna end, the show just got renewed for a second season, but basically this show's gonna end when when Bruce puts on the cowl, if that ever happens. Hopefully it happens. I really would like to see. I already imagine how the scene's gonna end, so I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, that's what happens. And I did like it. I did like Crane. I liked Jonathan Crane. I liked the fact that Cobblepot gets full control of the club. And all that, I really do. Next is the blind fortune teller, which is the circus episode. The promos for this basically set. All right, let me first get to the fucking promos. Let me talk about that. Dear God, if there's one thing about these promos, they really love to bait you. They will bait you on shit. Like, I'm not kidding. They will hook, line, and sinker your ass. And I know I said that wrong. Showing stuff is like, oh my god, this is gonna happen. And I know that's a problem. It's trying to build interest for you to go to watch it next week. I get that. I'm still gonna watch it no matter what. But what happened here is basically, this is how it starts. You met the Riddler. You met the Penguin, or you met the Riddler, Nigma. You met the Penguin, Cobblepie. You met Catwoman, Selena Kyle. More likely, you people already watched this episode anyway, so you know where I'm going with this. But next week's villain is no joke. They show a redheaded kid with this evil grin on his face, and he laughs, and then he starts laughing, and then the laugh automatically distorts into the Joker's laugh. I'm not kidding. Oh my god, I laughed so god. I mean, okay, I laughed afterwards. My initial reaction was, oh hell no. But I'll get to that later. This wasn't a bad episode again. Again, this wasn't really that bad. They showed the circus. Basically, quote unquote Joker's mother is murdered. The kid did it. Hell, they basically revealed it in the goddamn promo anyway, because that basically the scene you see is the reveal that he was the killer. So it wasn't really much of a reveal for that. But yeah, basically this is like Gordon and Tompkins' date to the circus, which she asked him the previous episode to go to him with, and they go there, and there's like this fight between a group of clowns and acrobats, and the acrobats are the Graysons, and the other side is, fuck, I don't remember their names, but basically it's Robin's mom. Robin's mom was a clown who fell in love with his dad, and now they hate each other. It's this whole like Romeo and Juliet shit, West Side Story dumb shit rivalry. It's so goddamn stupid. Okay, that was so fucking stupid. But I mean, we see them, but they don't really do anything. They're just kind of there. They're just there, basically. And but what I really liked about this one was I mean, basically what happens here is what also happens here is sorry, I'm kind of reading this so I can remember. What happens here is Bruce and Alfred actually go to Wayne Enterprises to basically for Bruce to say, I know what you're up to, guys. You guys are corrupt. You guys are sleazy, and I'm on to you. Don't fuck with me. See you later, bitches. And just basically walks away. And it kind of ties, and it starts to tie into the next episode, which I'm really looking forward to, because there's only a few more episodes left for the season. Sorry. So yeah, that happens, and also Mooney is on an island now, and she's the boss of, or she's a boss of this. She becomes the underground boss of this, of a group of people that are prisoners on this island, and turns out the island is, and these people are having their body parts taken apart and shit for experiments and whatnot, and she goes and she becomes the leader after killing one guy, and basically goes to meet the head of the prison to negotiate terms, basically. And that's the end of that episode. And again, I thought it was fine. The next one is this week's episode, and I'll go ahead and get it done fast. The Red Hood. Basically, this is, you can call it another Joker origin episode, because even I believe it's another Joker origin episode. Last week was definitely, I'm starting to really believe this last week was not the Joker's origin. If it was, fuck you, Gotham. But I mean, well, hell, it's gonna happen anyway. But they're definitely building it up. They're definitely using, for lack of a better term, red herrings for this show. For this, they even showed a comedian who was bombing horribly at the Iceberg Lounge. Basically, what happens is one guy just had a red hood on. He just like plopped a red ski mask that he made over his head, and he decided to take over briefly, basically to cause a distraction. And honestly, I really enjoyed the shit out of that guy playing the Red Hood, and then he gets killed, and it just basically becomes whoever kills the previous Red Hood. It was a Dread Pirate Roberts thing, basically. That's what it was. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I really did like that bit. The Fish Mooney, I'll get to her in a moment. Next, the basic, but where with that, the biggest plot here was basically an old war buddy of Alfred's comes to see him, and he's basically homeless. He's an alcoholic. His wife died. He found out Alfred's living in Gotham. So he just goes, hey, I really need a place to stay for a moment. I thought I'd come visit you, catch up on old times. Is that okay? It's okay. And Bruce and Alfred are like, that's fine. And basically, this guy's basically the tortured war veteran. And he too starts to, and Bruce starts to kind of take a liking to him as well. Really liking the fact that and this guy is also the one that taught Bruce to go, don't worry about fighting honorably, use whatever you have to win, and which Batman does. So basically, this guy kind of starts giving Bruce the idea of everything, your entire surroundings are your weapons, basically. Alfred doesn't like that. He feels like you have to fight honorably, you have to be disciplined. I mean, I can see both sides. I can. Believe me, I can see both sides of the argument here. And you really do see more as to why Alfred became a butler. You get hints at it. You can understand Alfred has seen some shit. Alfred has seen some shit. And all he really wants is a simple life, which we all know he's never gonna get. He's just not. After the murders of the Waynes, he knows he'll never get one. No matter how hard he tries, he's never gonna get one. But yeah, there's that. And but turns out Reginald, or from what Alfred saw, was Reggie, the war buddy. It was trying to rob him, and Alfred's trying to be the good friend. Says, "Look, I can help you," and Reggie just goes, "No, you can't," and stabs him. That was shown in the promo. I'm like, oh shit! But I completely forgot about that. I thought that would be like the next episode over, or the season finale. But no, it wasn't. And what happened was, and so now Alfred's clinging on to life. The twist here is, Reggie was working for the board of directors at Wayne Enterprises, and now they're going to try and kill Bruce. That shit is happening. Mooney, Jesus fucking Christ, Mooney, you just won 10 points to Gryffindor on this shit. Mooney meets the manager of the facility. Turns out he's working for the owner, who is Dr. Dollmacher, or Dollmacher. I'm used to it by this point. Who's the doll maker, and he basically says, like, look, I'm gonna take your eyes, or I'm gonna kill you and everyone else downstairs. And she just goes, or option 3, and believe it or not, I did not see this coming. She elbows a dude, takes a spoon, and gouges out her own eye and steps on it. I'm like, holy shit! This is the most violent graphic. Honestly, this is the most violent show I've seen to date. It's not counting HBO or Showtime shows at all. The show is fucking violent. God, the shit they get away with in this show. Oh my God. So that fucking happened. Now, to go ahead and get this out of the way, I hate Barbara Keene in this show. Oh my God, do I fucking hate her. I've said it before, but I'm gonna say it again. I goddamn hate her. She's fucking useless. She's fucking stupid. Oh my God, the brief time she is in these episodes, every time she pisses me off. She really fucking does. Like, she's with Renee Montoya again? Then she tells Renee to go fuck herself. Then she calls Gordon. She calls her apartment, hoping Jim is there. He's not. Selena and Ivy is there, and Ivy decides to like pretend she's like an older woman and with a really bad older woman voice, and Barbara believes it, basically saying, "Go to hell," and hangs and just throws the phone or whatever. I'm like, you're an idiot. How can you possibly believe that is a grown ass woman? You're stupid. You're very stupid. And then she meets her parents. I thought she'd be living with them. No. And then she finds out that Ivy and Selena are living there. She decides to let them crash, and they become friends. And she takes advice from two of Gotham's future female villains. Basically, congratulations, you're a moron. And this episode, oh my God, she becomes a raging alcoholic. She tries to make friends with them, and she basically gives them the advice of you being sexy sluts is your greatest weapon, basically. Fuck you. Fuck you, Barbara. You don't deserve to give Selena Kyle and Poison Ivy advice. I just fucking hate her. I really do. I hate Barbara. I hate Barbara Keene. And that's good. And the one thing I really, really love about this show right now, and what I really hate is the relationship between Gordon and Dr. Tompkins. Oh my God. I mean, they have, well, I won't say they have the best chemistry, but it's a hell of a lot better than between Gordon and Barbara. It really is. And I find them to be a great couple. They work great together. Leslie Tompkins is a great character on this show. I don't know whether it is because of the writing. If it's not, then it's definitely because of the actress. Miranda Bachran really makes that character likable. And not just because I've seen her in Firefly and I love her as an actress, but she really brings presence to this role. And I really want to see her and Gordon together forever. I really do. But I know it's not going to happen. That's what pisses me off about this about this relationship, is I know they're going to break up, and I know he's going to end up back with that dumb blonde bitch. Oh my god, do I fucking hate Barbara Keene on this show. God damn, do I hate her. Oh, she is so fucking useless. She is basically nothing. Nothing. She is a rich, spoiled little brat. I'm baffled. I'm baffled as to why Gordon would fall in love with her. There's nothing about this character that is appealing that would ever, I mean, if I was Jim Gordon, I would never go for her. Maybe for a one night stand, but that's it. That is it. I would rather go with Dr. Tompkins. I would, because she doesn't take shit from Gordon. She doesn't take shit from anybody else, and she really loves her job, and she loves to go out and have Nancy Drew mysteries. Basically, she loves doing that, and I'm just like, that's the woman I want. That is the woman I want. Not this. Not this. I don't care how rich she is. I don't want this. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. So yeah. Fuck that. Fuck her. Boy, did I rant on about her. But yeah, I definitely liked this episode. I really did. Believe it or not, I did like this episode. I thought the Red Hood plot was good. It was a good start to what's going to be a very legendary mythos. I'm really glad they're bringing back the whole Wayne murders conspiracy theory. That was the one thing about that show I really loved in the first half, and I felt like they just kind of dropped it. I'm glad they're bringing it back. I can't wait for the next few episodes being that. Selena, I'm loving it. Honestly, I'm really starting to really kind of like Ivy in this, and I hope she becomes not a recurring character, but definitely, hopefully become a regular soon if she's not already. I doubt she is. I'm hoping next season well, first off, they said that Hugo Strange was supposed to be in the season or be on the show, so perhaps he will be back next season. He will be in the show next season, which is fine. Like, they give us a young Hugo Strange, then yeah, of course. I'm really liking, they're really not showing a lot of Bullock this time around, which is disappointing because I really I love the dynamic between Gordon and Bullock. I really do. It's one of the few things on the show, and yes, I'm saying few, one of the few things on the show that's keeping me watching it. It is. Fish Mooney, she's Eartha Kitt basically. If this show was made like 50 years ago, Eartha Kitt would play her. Basically, that's who she would play. That's who would play Fish Mooney, is Eartha Kitt. It's great. She is a little bit of fun in this. Carol Kane is always a treasure. She is. Oh my god. And my dad and I were talking about it, and he still has not seen the first half of this show. He hasn't. He has missed a good chunk of this show. And he's like, oh my God, I love this show. It's like, oh, well, if you think Carol Kane is great in this episode, watch the other ones. Oh my God, you're gonna be fucking creeped out by her. She is so goddamn uncomfortable to watch. And not in a bad way either. But yeah, oh, and yeah, Penguin's club is failing, and I kind of had a problem with this, but then I read some of the comments on IGN, because IGN had a problem with Penguin being, first off, being this mastermind, and then he becomes this bumbling fool, and it started with the whole Maroney figuring him out. Honestly, his luck was going to run. First off, his luck was going to run out sooner than later anyway. But one person actually said this, and this is where it got me to agree with that. Penguin is a snitch and a weasel. He does not know how to run a club, which makes sense. Which is why he needs Mooney's former bodyguard and sidekick, Butch, and they decide to make a partnership. Now, like Zaz says, oh yeah, I did a little work on him. I don't know what that means. Whether it was a brainwashing or whatever, I don't know. I mean, that's not really Zaz's forte. What probably happened is he tortured the shit out of Butch, and he just said, okay, fine, I'll work with you. Just let me live. That's more likely what happened. But yeah, final score on this episode, on the Red Hood episode, is 7 out of 10. I really do enjoy this. I really did enjoy this episode. I really can't wait for the next one. I can't wait to see how this ends, and I can't wait for season 2. I'm definitely going to season 2 when that comes back on later this year. Also, tomorrow there is no Flash, so I will do a recap of the previous episodes on those. And Flash will be back on St. Patrick's Day, which, forgive me if I end up being drunk. And talking Irish, because it's St. Patrick's Day. That's just a thing for me, you know. That's just gonna be me. I will, but season finale of Agent Carter will be on, and I will watch that. Constantine's season just ended, which means I will definitely do a season review about that. I will discuss about its future when I do that. But first I gotta watch the season finale. I heard it's really good, so I will get to that. I'm trying to think now, what other shows do I got? Let's see, Gotham, Flash. I was going to do Arrow, but I decided I'm not going to anymore. I'm still going to watch it, I'm just not going to do reviews until the next Flash crossover. Gotham, Flash, Agent Carter. Oh, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will be on the week after, next week. It will be on next week. And yeah, that's it, I think. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, after Agent Carter ends, I will do a full season review of that. But I can tell you, whew. Also, April 10th is Daredevil, so I will be, if I can get my damn AV cord, I will be watching that. And then I will do a review of that. I will definitely be doing a full season review of that. I will also be doing movies again. Next week is Focus. I can't make a 100% promise, but I am going to go see that because of the workload I have already. I more than likely will not see more than one movie a week. I will until it's around summer. But I will do my best. I will basically what will happen is I will see the movies. Basically, the movies I want to see. That's what I will do. Is I will see the movies I want to see. So the next week is Focus, and I think the week after is Chappie, and I'm seeing Chappie. And I think tomorrow I'll also do reaction videos on a few things as well. Just get those out of the way. So yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and get this online. So until then, I will see you guys next time. You all have yourselves a wonderful evening. Bye.